Hello, my friends. Welcome to your March 6th through 12th, 2017 Law of Attraction Power Tarot reading. This week, the energy is going to have a lot of focus on the full moon. That will be coming up on the 11th and the 12th. And ironically, when I drew the cards for this week, and I always pull an energy card at first, the first card that came up is the moon card. In the Law of Attraction Tarot deck, this card talks about negativity. It talks about the shadow side. The full moon illuminates the things that we don't want to see, or the things that are hidden. Full moons have a tendency to pull on our energy, raise our vibration. Sometimes we can feel a little more scattered, a little more pushback during a full moon. Definitely our intuition is heightened. Our psyche is, on overdrive with all of the energy that comes from a full moon. If you pay attention, as I do, to the tides, when a full moon comes, the energy for the full moon draws the tides higher. The water level actually raises and the tides get higher, and the surf gets larger, the ocean waves get stronger. So I think, the energy that we should be paying attention to this week is our negative thinking. And maybe there's some soul searching that has to be done. Maybe we need to take a look at something that's going to be illuminated this week that, we just have either consciously or unconsciously not paid attention to. There'll be other instances with other people. Your connections to other people this week may have a little more rough around the edges to them. Your interactions may be a little more chaotic. People could be a little more defensive. Try to just keep your energy in check. Try to keep your thoughts from getting too negative. You don't have to engage in an argument. An argument takes two people, and if you don't engage in that argument, there's no argument. I'm trying to figure out where to put this. Okay. So in the beginning of the week, the next card I drew was the Seven of Wands. And wands to me means spiritual energy, spiritual fire energy, moving forward energy. Wands are the energy that either stop you in your tracks or bring you to the next level. And this card, what this card represents and speaks to focus. You can see she's creatively weaving on a weaving machine, and she's got her focus on what she's doing. And so the energy for the beginning of this week is to start focusing on what do you want to create. Is there something that you want to create in your life that you haven't put a lot of focus on? Maybe it's come up a few times and you've thought about it and then put it on the back burner, not having the time to think about it, or not having the time to give that creative energy the mental focus that it needed. So the beginning of the week is going to start that. It's going to start out giving us some insights, some creative ideas, some things to think about. And as we narrow our focus, as we hone in on what that creative idea is that we want to work with, then we start to shift that energy in that direction. And of course, the universe will send in all of the right people, places, and things to help you to move forward with that creative idea. And the energy doesn't stop there midweek. For the middle of the week, the next card drawn is the Four of Wands. And, you could see that this girl is sitting on a blanket. She's got a big brimmed hat on, a piece of grass, blade of grass in her teeth. And she's sitting in the sunshine and just basking in the moment. And it's a very serene time for her. And it's a very surreal moment that she's sitting here with the warmth of the sun. To me, sun is power energy. Sun is that fire focus. It will burn out quickly, it'll remove something fast, it'll leave ash behind. But with this week, the middle of this week, I think you're going to be sitting back and giving maybe some serene thought to the creative energy that you thought about in the beginning of the week. Maybe there'll be some moments of serenity where you'll be focusing on something that you want to change, something that you want to move forward from, grow from. Here again, we're talking about, oh, where's the card? Here it is. We're talking about this week being a full moon energy, and full moons are endings. Things come to fruition, consciously or unconsciously. Something could end very quickly in your life, and, it might take you by surprise, and then again, it might be a nice surprise. So midweek, as I said, we're going to have some time for serenity. Events are going to have time to take shape. Let me move this over this way a little bit more so you can get a better look at that card. She's in quiet contemplation. She's not upset about anything. She's not in a rush. She's just sitting there on that blanket, basking in the sun and enjoying the moment. And sometimes that's what we need to do too. Maybe the midweek is going to be the time for you to just sit back and enjoy some moments instead of rushing from, one event to another or one thing to another. And with the energy of the full moon, maybe it's going to be time to sit back and contemplate, what do we want to let go of? What is it that we could live without from now on? Or what do we need to change? What needs to go so that something new can come in? Because the energy for the end of the week, the card that was drawn, is the Tower card. And I know in the deck, I really want this to get nice and close so you can see it. I know in the Law of Attraction deck, it does not represent the Tower per se that we're used to in a traditional tarot deck. But this, in the Law of Attraction deck, of course, it's talking about energy. And the energy is the lightning that strikes that tree and splits it in half. And the man is standing there in a red jacket, and the red is supposed to represent emotional energy and emotional feelings. The fire energy of, maybe resentment, anger, whatever. And the lightning striking that tree causes him to stop and think about the energy that he's putting forth, because the energy that we put forth is the energy that we get back. I mean, it's magnified, and when we focus too much and too heavily on it, but it's also magnetized, because when you put that energy out into the world, of course, the universe brings it back to you tenfold. So you might want to be careful what you're thinking about this week. Maybe in some cases, the focus that you have at the beginning of the week might be on something that you feel is a creative idea that you want to continue to grow. But at the end of the week, something snaps and changes, and it changes your focus, that's not exactly the direction you want to go in. I'm a great one for saying, out of negative situations, opportunity always comes. And it does. It grows. I think when we take the energy of the end of the week, the Tower energy, this finalizing full moon energy that's coming into play, I think you can see that this week is going to be full of something that's going to shift, quickly. And hopefully it's going to be something that you have wanted to play out in your life differently. Maybe it's a relationship that you haven't had an opportunity to grow in, and it hasn't been the best. And, the energy of the week or the emotions of the week cause you to have a disagreement, and the air gets cleared, and the person that you've been in this relationship with finally gets an idea of, oh, is that what's been bothering you? Is that what's been the problem? And, why didn't we talk about this before? Because you didn't focus on it. You didn't see it. It was there. It was something that was bothering you underneath the surface. And the full moon started to shine a light on it, and you started to see, As you can see, there's eyes in this card in the woods behind her, and the eyes are looking. It's the eyes it's the stuff that's hidden in our psyche, the stuff that we're not paying attention to. Maybe it's old thought patterns. Maybe it's old relationship habits that need to change, or it's old thought processes about yourself or someone else. And when you change that focus and you start putting, more creative energy into it, then you'll see that it'll start to be illuminated, and it'll move forward for you. The other thing I wanted to remind people of, that this week Venus goes retrograde, and Venus is the planet of love. And when Venus goes retrograde, she actually makes us take a look at love, the way we love each other, the way we love our children, the way we love our parents, the way we love our spouses or partners. Venus going retrograde stops the love from moving forward, and it kind of puts us in a holding pattern. And during that holding pattern, we get to look and see the way that we move love forward, the way that we love, whether we love others or ourselves. It's the amount of love, the direction we use, that we're taking the love in, the people we're doling it out to. Sometimes people have a tendency to use love as a tool or a weapon. Oftentimes it's in times of fear. Anger is still a form of fear. So sometimes it can be that, it can be that energy that causes you to snap at something insignificant, or to be unmindful of the person that you're speaking to, that you're not speaking to them with love. There's also a Sun, Uranus, and Jupiter link midweek. And when it's the Sun, all that strong, powerful energy connects with Uranus, which is, let's do something spontaneous. Let's do something unusual. So you're going to have the energy to do something spontaneous and something unusual. And Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So that quick, fun, spontaneous moment is going to expand into something more. And it's going to propel something really great forward. I think, if we keep the focus on what we want to manifest in our lives, if we keep the focus on our desires for the future, I really feel like this week, that's where we're supposed to look. We're supposed to look within, have the dark side of our thoughts be illuminated so that we can get rid of them. If there's a thought or a habit or an energy that isn't serving you, you'll see it. The moon will shine a light on it. And at the end of the week, it'll go. It may go in a snap. It may go in a break in something. It may go in a change in something. But once it's gone, then it makes room for new things to come in. It makes room for new energy, creative energy. It makes room for the universe to send all of the things that you need to move whatever this idea is forward. And, the universe is nothing but love. It's universal love, period. It doesn't know negative energy, and it doesn't know bad or good. It doesn't know wrong. The universe only knows about love and abundance, and it just keeps pushing it at us and pushing it at us and pushing it at us. And sometimes we take it in, and we're excited and happy, and it grows. Sometimes we push it away. There's times in my life when I have said or done things that I regret, and you can't take that back. Words wound people. You need to be cautious of the things that you speak and say. You need to be cautious of the things you think, even more so, because what you're thinking is going to cause a feeling, and what you feel is going to magnetize out into the universe, and the universe is going to bring back to you what you're feeling. So I think if we can have a tendency to understand, yes, we're human. Yes, we live in a world that probably maybe monopolizes the negative energy a little bit more than the positive energy. But that's for us to look at. It doesn't matter what's going on outside. It matters what's going on inside, because what's going on inside is going to be reflected what's going on outside. So that's why I say to you, look at the stuff. Look at the full moon stuff. Don't be afraid to look at your fears. Don't be afraid of what's lurking in the back of your mind. Because once you bring that thought, that focus, that energy out into the light, and you look at it for what it is, you can get rid of it. And you can move on. It's done. You don't need it anymore. It's like an old pair of shoes that are worn, they've worn out their welcome. It's time to get rid of them. But when you get rid of them, you make room in your closet for new shoes. When you get rid of negative thoughts, you make room in your heart and your mind for positive thoughts and for more positive energy. With that, my friends, I'm going to wish you a wonderful week. I really would like to start hearing from you guys. I'd love to know if what I speak is actually ringing true for you throughout the week. With this full moon energy, there's something amazing coming. I've sensed that for a while now. Something amazing is starting. Something under the surface. It's like that little ripple. You toss that stone into the pond, and first it starts out as a little ripple, and it gets larger and larger and larger and larger and larger and larger until it becomes like a wave actually against the shore. And I feel like that's what's happening for the universe. That's what's happening within us. These little ripples of understanding our energy, changing our thought patterns, focusing more on positivity and less negativity brings more positivity into the world and more positivity into us. And when we give off more positivity, we get back more positivity. So it's like a win-win in every situation. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you again next time. Bye.